Folks, I'm Rhinohorn7. I am, of course, the guy who is going to read every single comic DC has ever released. We are today on day 30. This is actually day 30. There's been a couple fake day 30s, but I've done the stuff. Today is day 30. It also marks the day we reach 300 comics read. Pretty cool, if you ask me. So, speaking of that, I've been gone for 4 days. And before that, I was gone for like another 4 days, and there was like 2 videos in between. I'm sorry about that. Won't happen again, I promise. We're back to dailies. Now, getting into today, we start with Detective Comics number 41. Now, this is a very Robin-focused issue. It's very focused on Robin. There's not a lot of Batman, which I actually enjoyed that. Basically, in this issue, there's this private school, right? A groundskeeper is found dead, and a boy is kidnapped from the school on the same night. The next day, after hearing about this, Bruce has Dick enroll in the school to investigate. There's a very murder mystery type adventure with this. They meet the different faculty, and they're like, okay, I'm putting away a mental note for this guy. There's the mysterious history teacher, this one guy who failed the kidnapped student off a test, and an eccentric art teacher, from what I remember. Turns out, the groundskeeper was killed by an escaped insane asylum inmate who has absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the plot. Literally no relevance. It just happens to be a guy from an escaped asylum, so the murder has nothing to do with the kidnapped boy. It's just irrelevant. It just has no relevance. It's literally just to fill up pages. It has no relevance to the actual plot of the story. They don't even do anything with the inmate either. He gets arrested halfway through the issue. Anyways, the next night, the principal is found dead. Robin has a wireless phone inside his belt, and he uses it to talk to Batman a bit. Robin searches the boy's room and finds his diary, but then he's attacked by the masked man and has a chair smashed over his head. And the diary is stolen by the masked man, who burns it. A couple nights later, Robin sees the masked man while patrolling the halls and follows him through a secret panel. Robin discovers the man is behind a secret counterfeit operation, money counterfeiting. Batman appears and helps knock out all the villains and the people working on the counterfeiting. And it turns out the kidnapper is Mr. Graves, the art teacher, who is a master engraver. He worked with the principal to start a money counterfeiting scheme. Graves kidnapped the boy because the boy had seen Graves enter the tunnel and had gone to the principal. When the principal started getting panicky, Graves killed him. And yeah, so it was a good issue. It was fun. Obviously there were other stories too. There was like Sam Bradley, there was Bart Spy, but I won't talk about the Batman story because that's the only interesting one. It was a pretty good issue. Specifically talking about the Batman story, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I liked seeing Robin. I liked focusing on Robin a bit. I enjoyed some of the gadgets. I thought it was like a good sort of murder mystery. It was fun. It almost felt like a Slam Bradley issue in a way, something that would happen in a Slam Bradley story. Anyways, now we move on to Feature Comics number 34. And then we move on to Flash Comics number 7. Now, I don't have much to say about this one, but in the Flash part of this issue, some guy forces an inventor to give him a weapon that dissolves metal so he can rig an F1 race. So, let me go a little more in depth on that. There's an inventor, and he has a daughter, right? There's some guy who's really into betting, and he approaches the guy and his daughter, and he's like, hey, you have a metal melting device. You shoot the device, and it makes metal poof disappear into particles, I guess. I don't know how it works. They don't explain how the device works either. But I want that device, so I'm going to kill your daughter unless you give me that device. So the inventor is forced to teach him how to use it and give him the device. And during the F1 race, Flash, stops it from stopping the F1 race. Hit Comics number 1, Hercules is cool, kind of, because it's like a Greek thing. Yeah, obviously a Greek hero. I think Heracles is the Greek one, actually, and Hercules is Roman. But yeah, there's not much else to talk about, really. There's not much to talk about even with Hercules. It's just, it's fine. Master Comics number 4, nothing. Blue Beetle, I guess, but nothing interesting happened with Blue Beetle today. More Fun Comics number 57, in The Spectre, Zor, who is a magician Spectre trapped on the moon using a ray, tricks a man into helping him, and then traps the same man with the ray. Zor has Jim Kerrigan, who is the Spectre, framed for murder and attempts to kill Clarice, Jim's love interest. Jim talks to God, and God says Ectobane can defeat evil. So Jim makes a coffin out of Ectobane and traps Zor in it, saving Clarice and clearing his name. However, the man that Zor trapped on the fucking moon is just trapped, I guess. He doesn't get free. The Spectre never goes to free him, so he's just up there. Canonically, he's just up there now, forever. He's stuck there, which sucks for him. Yeah, I guess he's just stuck there until someone saves him, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna pick that back up. So that's unfortunate for him. In Dr. Fate, some bald guy is killing people with fire so we can go to another world, and Dr. Fate turns him into a statue. It was a pretty wacky plot. Moving on to Mystery Men Comics number 12, nothing much happened here. Oh, wait a second. Master Comics doesn't have Blue Beetle. I don't know why I was talking about Blue Beetle. I mixed it up with Mystery Comics, which is this one, which also has nothing happening in it, funnily enough. Moving on, we have National Comics number 1, where we see the birth of one of the most iconic superheroes of all time. Generally seen as a pretty American superhero, but I think they can be more than that. You know, a hero for the people. Pretty old, technically, but they look youthful, right? Of course. Introduced in the 1940s, I am talking about one of the most iconic superheroes of all time. The one, the only, Uncle Sam. That's right, Uncle Sam gets his own fucking comic. Uncle Sam, so that's just military propaganda. National Comics is just a government propaganda comic. 1940s? What? United States propaganda in the 19... What? That's crazy. That's crazy. What? Moving on to New York World's Fair Comics number 2. This one's just basically a bunch of the most popular DC characters at the time. They go to the New York's World Fair and have crazy adventures. Right? There's Superman, Slam Bradley, Batman, Zatara, etc. And that, folks, is only 9 comics today, because I do want to do the 2 Nickel comics, because Nickel Comics releases 2 at a time on the same day. So tomorrow will be 10, maybe 11, we'll see. It'll be 11, tomorrow will be 11. But, no, tomorrow will be 10, Don't worry about it, tomorrow, I'll figure it out. That's for me to figure out, not you. Thank you all for watching. I promise the 4-day thing won't happen again. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!